today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Titan defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
2nd and 6. Touchdown! Khalil Shakir, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 17 carries, 59 yards.
He's really been somewhat special to watch this season. It brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Anderson. And all that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick slant to Shakir. And he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before?
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here we go. Here we go. At the 60.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
And this is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it's 3rd and short. If you look at this Bronco defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. First down, and it's Pollard again. That's strong running. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. The Titans at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that run.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver's offense ready to go again. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Anderson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Anderson. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check. Fresno. He's checking. Crash.
Back to throw. Anderson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Looking to throw. Anderson. Underneath, caught by the tight end Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Going to run again here with Pollard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Pollard will take it up the gut. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll run for it with Pollard. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw again.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
On 1st and 10, Anderson. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Anderson now throwing on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So we have reach halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Dolphins seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half, 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Trying to run forward with Pollard. But he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jalen Hyatt, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Titans getting set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Anderson on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and that is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
To throw is Anderson, throwing on 3rd and long. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense now set to go.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down and 6 now. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Nashville, it's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Motion man is Shakir.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Motion man is Shakir.
A throw over the middle taken in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Touchdown, Broncos! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the end.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play that time for the Titans. 56 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Now Anderson on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Anderson. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Steps away to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one it was over a long time ago.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They go play action here on first down.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Anderson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on third down, Anderson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Well, that's the play you work on each and every week. Your offense taking a knee at the end means you've won the ball game. But how about the defensive effort? A shutout, pitching a shutout, they're going to feel great about themselves.
They're going to feel really great about themselves. A big goose egg on the scoreboard. Nice job defensively.
Yeah, I say dinner on the defensive coordinator tonight.
One team clearly was in control from the start in this one, Charles. They had things humming on the offensive end, few passing touchdowns, and then their secondary on defense really helped to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they certainly did, Brandon, and let's face it, it may be cliche, but that secondary, they brought their no-fly zone signs to this one, didn't they? Shut down everything in the airways, and conversely, their own offense had its way through the air. They made sure their passing game was humming.
So for Denver, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, They dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.